Hey gals, welcome to Binge Free Bestie, the podcast where we ditch the diets, break free from binge eating, and build a safe and empowered relationship with our bodies. I'm your host, Nick Carberia, a registered therapist who totally gets it. Binge eating and body image struggles? Yep, I've been there, done that, and I've got the therapy bills to prove it. But here's the good news, bestie. I've recovered and I'm here to help you to do the same. This potty is all about real, evidence-based strategies from my therapy practice, plus down-to-earth, relatable girl talk with me and some of my amazing besties and other experts who have their own stories, tips, and tricks to share with you. So, whether you're tired of the diet cycle, ready to ditch the shame spiral, or just want to feel more confident in your own skin, then you've come to the right place. It's time to get real about food freedom, body acceptance, self-care, and building a life you truly love. Let's get into it, besties. Hey besties, welcome back to the Binge Free Bestie podcast. Today is a super special episode because I have one of my besties with me. Her name is Chanel. She is also a counsellor and coach for women just like you. She's based up in Rotorua here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. And we are going to be having a really real, raw conversation. And we would love you guys to listen in on it. So what we were chatting about is the reality of weight loss or bariatric surgery, given that both Chanel and I have both had that type of surgery ourselves. We have both been through this healing journey and are still on it, like all of us will be. And we now support women like you to get on that journey too. And we have a few things that we want to share around the realities of weight loss surgery, the mindset shifts that come with that, the struggles, some realizations that we had in that process ourselves. And this episode is super juicy. It's going to be super, super helpful if you have had weight loss surgery or you're considering it. It's also going to be helpful if you are still kind of on that hamster wheel with dieting and pursuing weight loss, because what we want to share with you guys is the light bulb moments that we had and the self-care and self-love strategies that we're both using in our own personal lives and also with the women that we coach. So this is going to be real helpful. Grab a cup of tea or go out for a walk or whatever you do. Enjoy this on your commute and listen in on this conversation with my bestie Chanel. Enjoy! So I guess a good place to start would be if I just let everyone know how we met and how we connected, and then give you the floor to tell everyone, a bit about you and where you come from. Good. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So I connected with Chanel on Instagram. That's where we met, right?
Yeah.
On the gram. Yeah, about sometime last year or maybe even before, I don't know. But
yeah, I first bought activewear shorts off you.
Oh, yes. So if you didn't know already, I actually used to have an activewear brand called Lula Collective. It was exclusively plus size, and it was born out of my frustration for my leggings always falling down. Literally, they fell down when I was teaching a yoga class one time, and I found it incredibly hard to find a brand that was inclusive of girls who have bums and thighs and tums. And so my mindset in this life is always, if something is missing in the world and I notice it and I have an idea, then I kind of feel like that's the universe telling me to act on it. So I did that and I launched the brand, and it was a pretty cool experience, but I ran out of money basically. It's very expensive to run a fashion brand from New Zealand. We are this just like little island in the middle of nowhere, and getting anything into this country is very expensive. So so that's how you found me, was through buying some leggings.
Yeah. When I was postpartum, I found, just as you were closing your store, actually, the most amazing leggings and your little like crops and stuff. And then I was like, why have I just found the brand as it's closing?
It's just...
And I still have your affirmation stickers on my bathroom mirror.
Oh, that's so cute. I was actually just thinking about that. I might start like offering those again to my clients as just like a little gift for doing work together.
Yeah,
so
that's so cool.
Park that. Remember that. But so we met on the gram, and through my brand, Rest in Peace, And we've also been working together over the kind of past year or so, you know, privately working on body image and food. That's what I do here at Binge Free Bestie. And you also were one of the amazing humans who joined me for the pilot round of the breakup late last year when I was developing the program. I had 8 awesome women come in and do the initial round and give me some feedback, and Chanel was one of those humans. So that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool. It was such a privilege to be in that space and, like, I guess in the, like, creation as well. Like, yeah, it was so cool.
Thank you. I mean, it was definitely a little messy and a lot of figuring out, and still sometimes it's a bit messy. Yeah, but it was an honour to have you. And so I wanted to invite you here, not just because of the fact that we've worked together, but more so because we have some shared life experiences, in that we are women who have both been in bodies of different shapes and sizes. We've both been in plus size bodies. We've also both had bariatric surgery. So I've had a gastric sleeve and you had the other one, right?
Yeah, I had a bypass, a Roux-en-Y bypass.
A bypass. So we've both been through that experience of living in a body of different shapes and sizes, of struggling with food, of struggling with our body image. And also, Chanel is a therapist as well. So, are we the same human? I don't know, but it's kind of freaky.
I remember the first time we met, like, face to face, we were like, we weirdly even look.
Why do we have the same hair? Are you me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought, and we've talked about this kind of in the background, there's not really enough conversations out there around weight loss surgery, bariatric surgery, and what happens after. We kind of understand the process of what leads up to someone deciding to do that, and it'll be cool to talk about more of your body story in just a moment. But one of the reasons why we decided we wanted to do this episode was because there's not a lot of real, authentic conversations from what I think is cool. We've got lived experience and the clinical experience of people saying, hey, I've had this surgery and here's the learnings and reflections and experiences I've had since then, and here's what I think would be really helpful for you to know if you're pondering having surgery or you've just had the surgery, so you know what to expect. Because I don't know about you, but I thought that I'd get the surgery and that would be like the end of the story with my body. I'd just be happy forever.
And to be honest with you, we think that it is that after, like, for the first, like, year and a half maybe, when you're in that honeymoon period, you're like, oh my God, like, there's no food noise, all the decision making is gone, like, this is bliss, my life has changed. And then lo and behold, the food noise comes back, and
it does.
We, as expected, revert back to old coping mechanisms if we don't create some new ones.
Exactly. So that's kind of, we're going to talk about that in more depth later in this episode. But before we go down the rabbit hole, because it's a big rabbit hole and we could probably be in there for a while, and maybe we're going to have to do multiple episodes, I have a feeling.
Think so.
But I would love for you to kind of introduce yourself, you know, on top of what I've already shared, and just let us know, you know, who you are, where you're from, and start to tell us a little bit about your body story.
Cool. I would love to. Well, yeah, thank you so much for having me, Nick. It feels like such, like a privilege, but also it just feels right. Like, I don't know. It's really cool. So thank you for having me. So yeah, as Nick said, my name's Chanel. You might know me from my page, She Blooms, and that's my page where I just share me and all the things. So I live in Rotorua. I've got 2 beautiful girls, and when people talk about their why of surgery or of making changes of in their life or whatever it is, my girls are definitely my why. They are 3 and 4. They keep me on my toes, but they do really remind me every day of like the little things that we take for granted. And yeah, I don't know, they're just the best. So I'm a counsellor. I work day to day with youth here in Rotorua, and I'm just moving into a space of like my own practice, working with women, empowering women through kind of transformations in their life. I'm really passionate about working in the kind of mum space, the mum journey, because it's a huge one. And then also around the body image and relationships with food and things like that. Obviously, that's where like my lived experience lies. And so that's what I can kind of talk on. And I love talking about it. So in terms of my body story, I guess like growing up, I was always in a bigger body. That was just normal, like for me, but it was like problematic. I never had this like I hate myself or I hate the way I look or anything like that. Like my motivations always came from a place of like love for myself, of like
amazing.
I really do love myself, and I know that I deserve more, and I know that there's more there for me, and like I don't want to keep living this way and having these struggles and things. So it's been I guess a journey of like understanding myself and how I can like look after myself more. So I had periods where I did different diets. I did keto and lost like 40 kilos at one stage, and then I had my kids, and mum life and stress and things, and food was my bestie through that. And I guess those like relationships of like the postpartum period and the food struggles really enmeshed together. And so I guess that's where my passions come from. I had my bypass 2 years ago, and that was when my youngest daughter was only like 4 months old or something.
Oh, wow.
And I just got to a point where I was like, I've got two huge reasons in front of me of why I want to be living my best life. I want to be showing these girls like that you can do anything. I was struggling to get up off of the floor. I was just relying on food for all of the anxieties, all of the everything. And I just felt really lost, really alone, really, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
My sister had surgery 2 years before I had.
Oh, wow.
Prior to that, I hadn't really considered it. But then I guess seeing how life-changing it was for her, I was like, oh, maybe this is, and as she started exploring too and talking about like the emotional stuff for her, I was like, hang on, this is really similar. And I have some of these things going on too. And so, I reached out to Taylor Clinics in Hamilton, and they have just been amazing. Little shameless plug for Taylor Clinics, because I think they do it best.
I can plug them as well. I think they're fantastic. And I mean, with my own surgery, so I went private as well, because here in New Zealand I was offered a place on the public list, but I was going to be continually shunted down that list because I didn't have enough comorbidities and enough risk to get off that wait list essentially. So I decided to just actually withdrew all of my KiwiSaver, which is our home/retirement savings fund, to pay for that. And I went through a private place in Auckland, had the surgery, but there was no aftercare. And I think that's what Taylor Clinic obviously does well.
And that's what they do amazing. I've had 2 years of follow-up. I've had retreats. I've had, I know that I can reach out to them at any time and they will help me along. Supplements, bloods, psychologists, nutritionists, exercise consultants, like
it's just like
A+ service.
Yeah, like you've just had such a different experience of that than I have, and a lot of people, and I'm so happy for you because you've come out of that with your eyes open, basically, and a team around you. Whereas when I come out of my
and it really shouldn't be.
I know. I was like, I paid for that too, and I didn't get anything other than the actual surgery. And I had a nurse call me every 6 months for like, I think it was like 18 months, and she said, "You're drinking enough protein, you're eating, you're eating enough protein, you're drinking water," and I was like, nah. And she was like, "Okay, well, make sure you do," and that was literally it. And what happened was I ended up binge eating again, didn't I? Because I had no mindset support.
And I don't know, the retreats for me have been like, I've been on 2 now, and I will hands down say life-changing. Like,
amazing.
The stuff that we learn there, and in conjunction with the work with you as well. Like, it's just really, set me up for the best success. And I won't lie, looking into that stuff has been like, holy moly, like. Yeah, it's been a whole journey. It's been a whole thing, but one that I wouldn't change at all, because it really has opened my eyes, and then allowed me to be able to work through some really big stuff and make really significant changes in my life.
I mean, it's worth it, right? Because, it's uncomfortable and it's not easy work, but that was stuff that was always there and was always going to need to be worked on at some point in your life. And the surgery is often just a catalyst for us, isn't it?
It's a tool.
It's a tool, and it's a catalyst to step back and look and realize that you've actually got a lot of stuff that you're carrying around, and that losing the weight is not necessarily the solution to the life of your dreams, or stable mental health, or peace of mind, or freedom, or confidence, or all of these things that we thought, and diet culture is to blame for this, and body standards and things. They sell us this ideal that when you reach X weight or size or shape, that you'll be gifted with a lifetime of, insert here whatever you want,
freedom, or whatever it is.
Exactly. And when many of us have either a significant weight loss, whether that's through surgery or the injectables, which is what a lot of people are doing right now, or just like a big lifestyle change and you lose a significant amount of weight, many of us, when we reach our goal bodies, we have like you said, a honeymoon period where you just feel freaking empowered and fabulous, and the reality is, yes, life is easier, you do feel more energized. You can go to the mall and you can buy clothes from any shop, and you don't cry in the changing room, and people look you in the eye. You're not invisible in society anymore. All these
friendly to you. What the heck?
I know. It's awesome, but it also like really, really enraged me.
I know. I'm like,
I know. I was like, oh, okay. So
you don't want to talk to me then. You don't get to talk to me now. Sorry.
Yeah. Fat phobia is real, and you know it's there. We all know it's there, especially when you're in a bigger body and you're experiencing it. But I think the contrast of moving into a smaller body so quickly and then seeing just how differently the world treats you, like you said, it gives me the edge. So what would you say was kind of, how did your relationship with your body start to change after you had that bariatric surgery?
There was definitely a freedom, and definitely, like I don't know, a freedom, I would say. Like I just felt, so much more able. And then I had this like big realization, I guess, as the honeymoon period started to end. I was like, Oh my gosh. I've taken away my biggest coping mechanism. I don't know how to do that anymore. And oh my God, I'm feeling things. And it was so overwhelming. And I remember being like, because previously, like, I just numbed with food, everything, all emotions, like, and then suddenly I didn't have that coping mechanism. I didn't have food to, like, comfort me. And so there was just all this stuff, like, coming at me. And it was super overwhelming. And so I very quickly realised that actually I needed some help and some strategies to be able to manage this food noise and manage these overwhelming feelings that I was having.
And it's amazing, I guess, like you came to that realisation quite quickly post-op compared to probably a lot of people. They experience weight regain. I mean, that's actually really normal post-bariatric surgery. It's you're probably not going to maintain your lowest weight that you get down to, and that's actually a good thing, I think, because sometimes you do
get find their happy place, eh?
Yeah, and we need to allow that, but it is very scary, isn't it, when you start to see the weight come back on, when you've invested money,
the fear
time,
of regain
energy.
Is huge, eh? But actually, like, the more that you give in to that fear, I guess you're actually just living in a consistent, like, fear cycle. And what does that do? That increases the negative feelings. And what does that do? That makes you want to revert to your previous coping mechanism, which is food. And so it's just this cycle that goes on and on.
Yes, exactly. Exactly right. And I experienced the same thing of the weight started to come back on, and it was quite triggering. And I also didn't really have anyone to explore that or understand that that's actually a normal part of the process, and it's healthy while your body tries, like you said, to find its happy place. But so I just tried to binge eat like I used to, but of course I had a tiny tummy now, and I've spoken to quite a few women who have had the same surgery, and you know, they're like, well, I'm not binge eating though, because I'm only eating, you know, whatever the portion size is that their tummy can handle now. But what I always say is, like, it's not when you're post-op, you've had that surgery, it's not the portion size that really matters. It's your mindset and the way that you're eating and the reason behind the eating that really dictates whether this is a binge eating episode or not.
100%. It's the feelings around it, eh? Like, if there's feelings of shame and guilt and you're doing it in secret, or you're being like, oh, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to anyway.
It's the binge.
Telling you a big story.
It's a binge, and it's like, also, it's a binge, and that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. We just do need to recognise it, though.
Yeah, that's been probably my biggest thing for me is like nervous system regulation, coming out of that fear place, like, of just being in fight or flight, and bringing myself, like, self-compassion, that I'm like, oh, like, my brain has really just been trying to protect me for years and years and years and years, and of course it's always going to go back to food, and, like, thank you for doing that, brain, like, thank you for looking after me, but, like, actually I've got some better ways now.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm just constantly telling myself, like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, we've got this. It's okay.
And it sounds like you're telling yourself, well, this is exactly what I would recommend. Like, the way that you're reframing that, the self-compassion, the self-love, the tenderness, like, that, if we were going to take away any strategy today, guys, from this episode, if you're post-op and you are experiencing that fear of regain, or you are having a bit of regain, or you're binging, it's okay. Like, this is part of the journey. The first step is that recognition and awareness and acceptance that it's happening, and then injecting that massive dose of self-compassion, giving that grace, and then being like, okay, now what? Now what do I need
behind this? Like, what is there's a reason why we're feeling this way, right? That we're feeling like we need to binge, that we're feeling like we need to cope. Like, what is the feeling underneath it? Are we tired? Are we bored? Are we overwhelmed? Are we stressed? Are we excited? Are we rewarding ourselves? Like, what is it? And that's what I really encourage people to try and explore underneath of this as I'm working with people.
Exactly. And that's the perfect place to be taking people. That's exactly the road you need to go down. That's why we do. And I mean, we've talked about this in the breakup. Recovery is not linear. And there is, sorry to say, there is actually no hard end point. There's no final point when it comes to healing your relationship with food and body, because we are living in...
And we need to get rid of all of the food rules and like all of the things. I was like, no. I know. And then it wasn't until like, I don't know, like a few times down the line, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm there. I think I'm ready.
Just wasn't quite ready for that part yet. Or there was other layers that needed to come first, and that's totally fine.
Takes time, community, understanding, talking about it, bringing it out into the light. All of the things.
And I think as well, one of the cool things about meeting you and about the Binge Free Besties community, and even just like the online Instagram communities that we're both creating, like we are not going through this in isolation. And the biggest thing that perpetuates eating disorders or disordered eating or body shame is isolation. And so the fact that we're having this conversation and that we're making ourselves visible and our personal stories, and not just coming at this from a clinical academic standpoint, I think that's hopefully, and I think it will be, the biggest impact that we're able to make, because solidarity, you know?
Oh, yeah. At retreat, there's a big sign on the wall, and this is the retreat that Taylor Clinics run. There's a big sign on the wall, and it says, we don't heal in isolation, we heal in community.
Yes.
And that's like stuck with me too. I'm like, it's so important to have this community of whoever it is, like whoever your community is. That's where we heal. Yeah.
So that's another, I think, big key point that we should underline and highlight from this episode is like, if you don't feel like you have a place of belonging or somewhere that you feel safe to talk about these kind of things, then you have two communities right here. Chanel and I both have space open for you to just come and be, and you can just watch from the sidelines. We're putting out lots of amazing, helpful stuff on our feeds all the time that's free. And hopefully it's just there to inspire and empower you. And if you want to dip your toes into the work that we're doing, you're welcome to do that too.
Yeah.
Even just like commenting or sending us a DM, like don't sit and be alone in this. Don't let that shame make you hide away, because
100%.
As we've been sharing, like we know exactly what that feels like.
100%.
And shame is what's going to keep you stuck.
Yeah, for sure. Bring it out into the light, man. Like, let's have some chats. I'll do a little shameless plug while we're here, Nick.
Tell us about what you're doing in the world in your mahi and what you can offer to the people who are listening.
Yeah. So I am offering at the moment pay what you can sessions because I just want to bloody help you guys, and I just love doing this work. It's a help for me and it's a help for you. Obviously for me to get established in things, but also I know like the times that we're in, and unfortunately as soon as there's financial pressures or any pressures really, it seems to be self-care and ourselves, especially as women, that go out the window. And so this is my best effort to try and remove or at least reduce at least one of those barriers and around cost. So yes, I have a few more spots available for pay what you can sessions. And so, yeah, if you feel that nudge, if you feel that calling, then please just send me a DM. Even if you want to lock something in for a little bit later down the line. If you're like, I'm not quite ready yet, but I'm getting there, then we can lock something in for a couple of months' time. And,
that's amazing.
Just talking about it. I've got free discovery calls. And so, yeah, I'd love to have a chat.
I love that, Chanel. And that's such a generous thing to be doing for our community. Like, that is kick-ass, and I want to applaud you for that.
It felt right to do. Yeah.
That's so cool. And so if you want to get in on that and get yourself some support when it's at such an accessible price, like, definitely recommend you guys to check out Chanel, and I'll put her details in the show notes. What's your Instagram handle again?
SheBlooms_NZ, I think. I should know that.
We'll definitely put it in the show notes. Cool. Oh, well, guys, I hope that you have loved this chat with Chanel. I know that I have, and I'm feeling like, because obviously we had like some talking points for today, and then we got to talking as we were supposed to, and we've missed quite a lot of them, which means that, Chanel, if you want to, I'd love to have you back to continue conversations around maybe a little bit more on things like self-love and self-care and some of those other things that you really specialize in and do so well in the world.
Yeah, ma'am. I'd love to.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, well, we'll definitely have to chat behind the scenes again to arrange that. And I am releasing an episode every week, guys, of Binge Free Bestie. That is my promise and my mission for you guys is to keep having these kind of conversations, keep inviting amazing people like Chanel onto the potty so we can have real just kind of gal chats about real things and give you some just really good practical strategies that you can use. And if you want to work with me, I have spaces open at the moment too.
And highly recommend.
Yeah, thank you very much. There's a few ways that we can work together. Obviously, the first one is through my signature program, The Breakup. I obviously recommend that's a great place to start because it gives you this really nice foundation, and then when you're ready, if you want to dive super deep, we can do some private work together too. So you can either combo them together, or you can do one or you can do the other. Just feel into it. But yeah, we'll leave it there for this week, and I would love to have you back again soon to chat some more. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, Nick. I feel like I could have just talked, so we definitely need to do another one. And yeah, I just want to reiterate like how much of a shift like the work that I did with you gave me, and really created that community. I didn't even recognize that I had a binge eating disorder until I came across your page. I had no idea, and I was like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
so
that's quite cool, and
huge
in a way,
light bulb moment. But yeah, no, thank you so much, and I just love what you do. So yeah,
thank you so much. Oh, thanks for that. That's really cool to hear. That you're having light bulb moments, because as we know, when we're creating content, sometimes it's like, oh, do people want this? Is this resonating?
Yeah, I know. So sick of
I'm wasting my time. So that's awesome.
Oh, cool. Thanks so much.
And we will catch you guys next week on the potty. And that's a ciao for now. Bye.